Hi guys, welcome everyone to channel. In this video, we will talk about the phrase less is more. Less is more. Understanding minimalism delves into the concept of minimalism and its influence on different aspects of life. This philosophy highlights simplicity, reducing excess, and concentrating on what truly holds value. If you want to make a man happy, don't add to his wealth, but take away from his desires. This is a quote from Epicurus. You might be familiar with the phrase less is more, which suggests that having less of something can actually lead to greater happiness. This concept is a core principle of minimalism, a practice that helps you remove excess and focus on what truly matters. In this video, we will examine 5 ways in which having less can enhance your happiness. If you have fewer desires, you'll find greater happiness. This is the central idea behind the opening quote in this video. When your needs and desires are not met, you'll experience persistent dissatisfaction, feeling as though you never have enough. Picture someone with a long list of desires they believe must be fulfilled to achieve happiness. If even one of these desires goes unmet, they are likely to remain unhappy. This doesn't mean you should abandon ambition. You can embrace a minimalist lifestyle and still find happiness, as long as your ambitions are meaningful to you. While it may be simpler to be content with fewer desires if you're less ambitious, you can still achieve happiness even if your goals are more substantial, such as earning a high salary or owning a beautiful home. The key is to shift your focus from the outcome to the process. Instead of relying on achieving the end result, such as owning a house, for your happiness, you can find joy in the knowledge that you're diligently working toward your goal each day. As mentioned earlier, if your happiness is solely tied to reaching the final outcome, you'll feel dissatisfied each day it remains out of reach. By centering your happiness on the journey itself, you can stay ambitious while still experiencing greater contentment. If you reduce your spending on things you desire, you'll have more money available, which can contribute to greater happiness. With more financial resources, you'll gain the freedom to allocate your time as you see fit, allowing you to pursue activities and interests that bring you joy. Conversely, when you live beyond your means and accumulate debt, it becomes increasingly difficult to achieve your financial goals and secure a stable financial future. Managing your expenses wisely can help you maintain financial stability and improve your overall sense of well-being. Instead of constantly purchasing new items in an attempt to feel more secure or satisfied, take a moment to evaluate whether each potential purchase is truly important and meaningful to you. By adopting this reflective approach, you can make more intentional decisions about your spending, ultimately helping you avoid unnecessary expenditures and save money. This process of careful consideration allows you to recognize that simply accumulating more material possessions does not necessarily equate to increased happiness or fulfillment. Over time, you'll come to understand that the pursuit of additional items often fails to provide lasting satisfaction, and that true contentment may come from other sources, such as experiences or personal growth. This concept is closely related to the idea of the hedonic treadmill, which describes how material possessions tend to lose their appeal and emotional impact over time. When you acquire new items, such as clothes, they may initially bring you a sense of joy and excitement. However, as time passes, the novelty of these items fades, and they no longer offer the same level of satisfaction they once did. The hedonic treadmill suggests that our emotional responses to new possessions are often short-lived, and that we continually seek out new sources of pleasure to counteract this diminishing excitement. This cycle of seeking and quickly losing satisfaction from material goods illustrates why pursuing ever more possessions can lead to a constant and often unfulfilling chase for happiness. By embracing the principle that less is more, You'll make a conscious effort to avoid purchasing new clothes unless they truly hold significance for you. This approach encourages you to recognize that acquiring more items doesn't necessarily translate to increased happiness or fulfillment. Instead, it prompts you to shift your focus from constantly seeking new possessions to appreciating and valuing what you already own. As you adopt this mindset, you'll find yourself more content with your current wardrobe and more mindful of the quality and meaning of each item you possess. By systematically reducing clutter in your home, you'll not only create more physical space, but also experience a clearer, more focused mind. Decluttering involves thoughtfully evaluating and removing items that no longer serve a purpose or add value to your life. This process not only frees up physical space in your environment, but also has a significant positive impact on your mood and mental well-being. When your surroundings are cluttered, the disorganization often translates into mental clutter, making it challenging to concentrate on what truly matters and causing stress and distraction. As you clear out unnecessary items, you'll find that your mind can better focus on important tasks and goals, leading to increased productivity and a greater sense of peace. The act of decluttering helps create a more serene and organized living space, which can contribute to a more balanced and satisfying life. In a cluttered environment, you'll find yourself spending significantly more time on housework, trying to manage and organize the chaos. Keeping track of where things are becomes a constant challenge, leading to increased frustration and inefficiency. Additionally, it's much harder to relax and unwind when you're surrounded by disarray. The visual and mental clutter can create a sense of stress and overwhelm, making it difficult to feel at ease in your own space. To effectively declutter your space, begin by asking yourself whether each item should be put away, discarded, or donated. Approach the task methodically by focusing on one room at a time. Start with the most visible items, such as those on countertops and shelves, before moving on to the more hidden areas like desks, drawers, and closets. This step-by-step process allows you to manage the clutter more efficiently and avoid feeling overwhelmed. For those interested in learning more about decluttering techniques and strategies, there's a wealth of information available, including books, articles, and online resources to guide you through the process. If you reduce the amount of time you spend on social media, you'll find that you have more time to dedicate to other hobbies and activities that you genuinely enjoy. Many people spend a substantial portion of their day scrolling through social media feeds, often finding that the experience is less satisfying than anticipated. By reallocating your time from social media to more rewarding pursuits, you can enhance your overall well-being and find greater satisfaction in your daily life. If you currently lack hobbies or are unsure about what activities might interest you, consider exploring a variety of new activities to discover what brings you joy and fulfillment. Trying out different hobbies can open up new avenues for relaxation and enjoyment that you may not have previously considered. Engaging in hobbies provides a meaningful way to unwind and de-stress, offering a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that social media often fails to deliver. Unlike the often passive and fleeting engagement with social media, hobbies can offer deeper, more lasting benefits for your mental and emotional well-being. By investing time in finding and nurturing hobbies that resonate with you, you'll enhance your ability to relax and find contentment in ways that go beyond the immediate gratification of social media.
Reflect on how often you've experienced disappointment or frustration when things didn't turn out as you had hoped. We all have an innate desire for life to align perfectly with our plans and desires, but the reality is that this rarely happens. When we set high expectations, we often set ourselves up for disappointment because such expectations are seldom fully realized. By lowering your expectations or keeping them more realistic, you can better appreciate the outcomes that do occur, leading to a more positive and grateful outlook on life.
When you approach situations with minimal or no expectations, You're less likely to feel upset or disheartened if outcomes fall short of your hopes. Conversely, if things turn out better than you anticipated, you'll experience a greater sense of gratitude and satisfaction. It's important to note that lowering your expectations doesn't equate to a lack of ambition. You can still pursue your goals with enthusiasm and drive. The key is to avoid relying solely on your imagination to set unrealistic timelines or outcomes. Instead, focus on the process and progress toward your goals and let your expectations be flexible and adaptable to the realities of the situation. This balanced approach allows you to remain ambitious while managing your expectations in a way that promotes a more positive and resilient mindset. This principle also extends to your expectations of others. It's important to recognize that you can never fully know everything about a person, and you certainly can't control their actions or reactions. People are complex and unpredictable, and they may not always behave in ways that align with your expectations or hopes. As a result, setting excessively high expectations for others can lead to frequent disappointment and frustration. By managing your expectations and not expecting too much from others, you can avoid setting yourself up for letdowns. When you approach relationships and interactions with fewer preconceived notions, you allow yourself to see people as they truly are, rather than through the lens of what you hoped or imagined they would be. This shift in perspective can lead to more authentic and fulfilling interactions, as you become more accepting of others' true nature and less burdened by unmet expectations. It may initially seem counterintuitive, but the idea that having less of something can actually lead to greater happiness is supported by various aspects of life. This concept challenges our conventional thinking, where we often believe that accumulating more possessions or achieving greater milestones will directly increase our happiness. However, the reality is that simplifying and reducing excess in our lives can often lead to a more profound sense of satisfaction and well-being. Life doesn't always adhere to straightforward logic, and sometimes less truly is more. By experimenting with some of these minimalist ideas and integrating them into your daily routine, you may discover a newfound sense of enjoyment and contentment. Embracing less can help you focus on what truly matters, reduce stress, and enhance your overall quality of life. Are you someone who embraces minimalism? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with this lifestyle. Feel free to share your ideas, stories, or tips in the comments section below. I hope you encounter fascinating experiences and gather even more valuable insights as this discussion concludes. Thank you for being with us, and remember to subscribe for further beneficial advice to enrich your journey in life.